You keep escaping your life because it's not yours. If you ever feel like no matter how much you do, it just still doesn't feel like you, doesn't excite you because you've built a life, one with some structure, it looks all right from the outside, but deep down, when the noise dies and the scrolling stops and the group chat stop, it feels off and you can't quite put your finger on why. So you scroll again. So you take the edge off, you find some other dopamine spike that kills the discomfort. But you want to know what the real problem is? You're not tired, you're not lazy, you're not even broken. You're just living a life that isn't yours. It could be the job, the habits, the relationships, the friendships, the way you're showing up in the world and presenting yourself to the world. They don't match the man inside screaming to get out. So you drink, you sniff, you scroll, you numb out, not because you're weak, but because your current life doesn't ignite anything real in you. You're not living your truth. You're just performing a role and it's draining the life force out of you, one silent, suffocating moment and day at a time. And this is where most men mess it up. They try to out-hustle the misalignment and the negative feelings. They wake up earlier, do more work, download another podcast, double down on more of the wrong things. Double down on more of that. It doesn't sink in to a deeper routine that you already resent. So let me tell you what I've seen time and time again with the clients that I work with, men who look like they're killing it. They're escaping their lives because they never built it in alignment with who they really are. They built it for approval, for applause, for safety, for a pat on the back, for comfort, to feel like they've got some sort of control in this crazy game of life, but never for fire, purpose, for truth. And when there's no truth behind your mission, your motivation dies fast. I want that to kick in. So here's the real kicker. Every single man has a version of himself that would terrify the one he is now. A version that's sharp, locked in, built from fire, not performing, but leading himself and others. But most men never meet that version because they're too busy running from the discomfort that it takes to become him. So they escape through the weed, the sniff, the scrolling, the drink, just the one more episode on Netflix, one more night off. They escape it through justifying bullshit. I'm tired, I've been working hard. I'll get serious on Monday, I'm doing all right. But that story, it's killing you bit by bit and it's keeping you trapped in a version of life that doesn't challenge you, doesn't build you, doesn't honour the man that you've said you're going to become. And how can I say this? Because I've lived it. I had the nice car, couple holidays a year, the friends, the gym body, the photos on Instagram that made people look like I had it figured out. But most nights I sat in silence thinking, why do I feel so numb and not good enough? It's because I was living a life that was built for validation, not meaning. I had all the props of success, but none of the peace, the power, and most importantly, the purpose. And the truth is, a man without purpose will always try and escape because he can't sit with himself. Now, I want you to listen to me carefully. You're not too far gone. You're not broken and you're not weak. You're just misaligned. Let me say that again. You're not weak. You're just misaligned. And the fix isn't just another surface level habit. It's not another gym program. It's not another podcast that you don't really take action on. It's building a mission so real, so personal, so raw that escaping it starts to feel like a betrayal to yourself. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I refuse to die the watered down version of myself that I'm becoming. That's where it starts. Not in some feel good motivation, but in disgust, in pain, in refusal to settle for a life that doesn't set your soul on fire. So if you're nodding to this right now and you're feeling it in here, it's hitting you, I want you to do one thing. Comment mission on this video or drop me a DM on Instagram at IndigoMuzz. I'll send you the same system I give my clients, the exact structure that help men realign their head, their body and the bank. No fancy words, no wasted words, just tools that have been proven to work. Because when your mission is real, discipline becomes a byproduct and escapism, it dies. But I promise you, we're just getting started. Now that we've exposed the truth that your lazy habits aren't about laziness, it's about misalignment, let's start building some antidote. Let's walk through the system that reclaims your fire. Not motivational bullshit, not another 5 a.m. grind routine. I'm talking about identity level structure. Because the only way you kill the urge to escape is to build a life that you don't need to escape from. Let that one hit home, because you do it by locking in 3 structures: mind, set, muscle and money. These 3 areas, when locked in together, feed into each other and make you unstoppable. So let's start with mindset. The first domain that crumbles when you start living off script, because most men never think about their thoughts. They wake up and instantly get hijacked. Phone in hand, Instagram, Facebook, notifications, emails, noise, comparison, messages, and boom, within 3 minutes of waking up, the head's already wired for somebody else's priorities. That's why the first rule of power is simple. You got to own your mornings. Your first hour of the day dictates your emotional baseline. Start with a screen-free silence. Grab your notebook. Write 3 things. Write something you're deeply grateful for, not just surface-level shit. Something real that makes you feel happy. The truth about how you feel in life. Where you're missing out. The mission statement. A line that reclaims your identity. Mine is, I improve the quality of my life while inspiring, educating and entertaining others to do the same. And that line, say it daily, read it, write it down. And why is that? Because if you don't program your identity on purpose, the world's going to program it for you, and the world don't give a shit about your dreams, your goals or your greatness. It cares about your compliance, fitting in, paying your taxes, going to your job, making someone else money. Now once the mind is anchored, we move to the body. Most men train for aesthetics, to get lean, to look good, to chase approval. But the strongest men I coach don't train to look the part. They train to survive and become the strongest version of themselves mentally and physically, and become anti-fragile. Because the body's where your identity gets tested and proven daily. If you can't dominate your body, you're never going to dominate your environment and this tough world that we live in. You don't need fancy routines, you need daily non-negotiables, daily tough acts that build momentum, whether it's a cold shower, fasted walk, journaling, gratitude. It has to be something that you don't feel like doing, but you do it anyway, because every time you push your mind, when it wants to quit, that message to yourself that I'm not soft, I do the hard things even when I don't want to do it. You start to build a spine, a real one. You stop operating from comfort and start operating from principle. And trust me, that bleeds into everything you do. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So the third piece that most men avoid talking about for some reason is money. Here's the truth. Most men say that money doesn't matter. But do you know what matters more than money? The freedom that the money buys. Because money does buy freedom, whether you like to admit it or not, or anybody else, because money buys it. And when your money's a mess, your mind and your life's a mess. When your money leaks, your self-respect leaks. When your money isn't structured, your power fades. So stop using your cash to escape boredom. Start using it to build yourself options. Here's the drill. Track every penny for 30 days, brutally. I promise you'll be shocked at where you're leaking money. Kill all the impulse spending. Dopamine habits, destroy your dominance, and redirect your cash into assets that grow and build and make money for yourself. This isn't financial advice. This is the foundation of becoming a powerful man. Because when your money's structured, you walk different. You don't chase, you choose and attract. Now with these 3 systems, the mindset, muscle and money, makes you impossible to ignore, and more importantly impossible to replace. But that's where most men fail. They try to be perfect at everything at once, and then they burn out by week 2 if they're lucky, day 3 more like. So let me give you a challenge right now, a real one. Comment the word mission below on this video, or click the link in the description, or DM me on Instagram, and I'll send you the exact blueprint that men are using every day to stop escaping and start building a life that actually feels like theirs. Because structure beats shame, discipline beats distraction, and identity beats dopamine numbing that you chase for every time. So let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you committed the next 30 days to just building this? No new distractions, no new clever hacks, just daily reps for your mindset, your muscle and your money. I'll tell you exactly what would happen. The man that you've been running from is going to catch up to you. And this time, you're not going to be scared of him, scared of your potential, run away from it. You're going to start to become him. Now you've set up the foundations, mindset, muscle and money, it's time to reignite the engine behind everything, the mission-fueled identity. This is where the real transformation embeds itself, beyond routine and just rinse, repeat, going through the motions. You need a daily routine that makes you unstoppable, not just disciplined. That's what we're going to go into in the next part of this video. So you've got to frame your mission statement like you've just written out your truth, and say it daily out loud, written it. This is not some affirmation. This is a contract of, I am a man who improves the quality of my life and inspires, educates and entertains other men to do the same. That's my one personally. Yours is going to be a bit different, but probably quite similar. So you wake up before breakfast, before the screens, write it down, bang out some press ups, do some journaling, write down your mission statement. Ask yourself, how am I going to make today a win, and build momentum towards this happy, powerful, amazing version of myself. Every night you've got to reflect. How did your mission serve you today? Where did you choose to escape and not chase it? What went well? What didn't go well? What am I going to do tomorrow that's going to make tomorrow even better? And then your subconscious starts to rewire itself. I'm someone that takes my goals seriously. You've got to stack the micro wins and thank yourself for another day. It's not just another 90-day program. It's choosing daily micro wins. Mindset. Build your mindset every day. body, muscle, get stronger every day. You bank, save that pound instead of spending it. And I promise you, it can start to compound in ways that you couldn't even think. Because scalable pressure, not breaking weakness. You can't build Spartan level behavior overnight. You escalate it. Start with little wins, get a bit tougher. Do one thing that you didn't think you could do, one more extra action, because growth compounds with consistency. Let me just say that again, growth compounds with consistency. So lead your little wins into chain breaking momentum. When you honor the pain, you earn identity. And when you earn identity, your habits just fall in line and the growth becomes automatic. That makes your discipline automatic. So don't chase gratification, you chase clarity. You don't fall off, you level up. So if you're still here at the end of this video, then fair play to you. You feel the greatness inside here. So drop the mission in the word comments or message it to me on Instagram, and I'll send you the Man with a Mission blueprint, the proven structure for mindset alignment, physical momentum and financial clarity for men who want to stop playing small and start building a life they don't need to escape from. Days stop feeling just okay, so days start feeling absolutely exciting and get you excited. So you got to know the lies inside you that you live in. Create a mission statement for yourself. Do tough acts in the morning you don't want to do. Journal how the day's gone before sleep and track your progress. That's key, because if you know where you're making progress and where you're stopping it, you can start to compound it. This is what identity structure looks like. Brutal, simple and raw. You're no longer just escaping, you're executing. You're no longer performing, you're aligning. You don't chase fire, you embody it. But when you see yourself pound for pound taking up the life you know you deserve, disciplined, aligned, powerful, you don't just respect your days, you command your legacy. So comment mission on this video or drop a comment, ask me a question, agree with something I've said, disagree with something I've said. There's no downside to becoming the best version of yourself. Let's fucking have it.